Our weirdness, our differences, those are our biggest blessings. Those differences and weirdnesses, they allow us to magnetize to us the people that are right for us, at the same time repelling the people who aren't right. And sometimes that changes as we grow on our path. Sometimes the people that we once magnetized to us, we're now repelling because we've grown faster than that. And then we have to walk ourselves through the pain of that. We're the ones that are really committed to our soul's path. We're the ones that have the opportunity to lead first and show everyone else that it's safe to do this. It's safe to be weird. It's safe to be different. And we've got to expect that's going to be scary. And that there's going to be people in our life that don't like that, that want to tell us, stop that immediately. You're making me uncomfortable. Why are you being so weird? And that's okay. It's okay. It's all okay. And it's okay on the days when we say, I need a personal day because I am not going to be pulling courage out of my bottom today. Like today, I need a personal day. Maybe this week, I need a personal week where I'm not pulling courage out of anywhere. And that's okay too. Can we give ourselves permission to say yes to our inner power? And our inner power, it's not always like full blast, full speed ahead. I'm a freight train going in the direction of my big picture vision. Our inner power is totally behind the knowing that we are exactly as we are meant to be, which means there's days of rest, there's days of integration, there's maybe weeks, months, years of these things. There certainly has been for me. And then there's also times full speed ahead. And if we had been raised in a different world, a world that honored our soul, our uniqueness, our differences, like really, that held us through all of our emotions, no matter how uncomfortable they were, with love and acceptance, forgiveness. This stuff would all just be so easy and intuitive. Everybody would be living their soul's purpose. There'd be so much more kindness in the world. This is what we're creating. We are the boots on the ground going first, creating this. But we've got to start with us. Most of us want to, in some way, be of service to others, whether that's in a business or it's just in our family. We want to spread kindness, our hearts, goodwill, but we're often doing it from the place we were raised to do it from, which is draining everything in us to give to others, instead of saying, first, I'll give it to myself. And after I've given it to myself, then I'll have an overflow that I can give to others. And so that's sort of the switch we're making right now, is giving more to ourselves first and understanding that this isn't selfish, bad, wrong. This is the highest service, is to fill ourselves up first. I am 100% sure when I have filled myself up first, given myself what I need, whether it's rest, whether it's a walk, whether it's a nap, whatever it is, whether it's energy work, then I'm a better mom. I can actually hold space for my kids. I'm a better partner to my husband. I can actually hold space and listen to him calmly without wanting to interrupt him and make him listen to me because nobody's held space for me. If I can hold space for myself, I can show up for all the other people in my life. I can show up for you guys. But if I don't hold space for myself and I try to show up for anybody else in my life, it's like I'm this pillar that's like withering and like gonna fall over. It's like, and everybody that's trying to even ask me for anything, I'm like, right? We were never taught to give to ourselves first. We were taught railroad right over, like drive the train right over your own needs and just give to others without question. That is good and worthy. So this is our opportunity to give to ourselves more, to fill ourselves up more, to make decisions that are so deeply in alignment with who we really are, that light us up so much. And as we do this, we change the entire human collective. We change the blueprint of the human collective. And we begin to really usher in and anchor in new earth in a next level way. So as I was saying earlier, your vision, it should be something that lights you up, that it's like, oh, you know what, I would really like a life like that. It should not be, I should do that to be good, or I should do that to be successful. If I can force myself to do this, I will be successful, so it's worth it. I'll force myself to do it. I'll make that trade-off. Don't ever sacrifice your soul, your calling, your intuition. Never. Never again. And let's take a moment to claim that. I claim, I choose, I decree, I declare. I no longer sacrifice my soul, my intuition, my inner guidance for an idea of success. No more. I say yes to my intuition, my guidance, the direction that I am led, to giving myself what I need first. I create an amazing, miraculous, beautiful life for myself, for my loved ones, as I lead myself first. So, our guidance wants us to experience Earth, to find what we resonate with here, what feels good to us, and say, okay, I'm going to build a vision around that. I'm going to create a life where I do that, where I do more of that, and maybe I spread it to others. Then, now that we are the designers, the creators of our life. We are the visionaries. We are the creators. That's what we are. That is the part of God's source within us that we are called to bring out and embody in this lifetime, is that visionary aspect. And we do it from the place of, this is what feels good to me. I want more of this. Often, this can be tricky because often the thing that we want more of, we feel guilty or ashamed to desire. We feel like, oh, but if I was good, I would want to be a monk instead of a wizard, right? If I was virtuous, if I was really doing what I should be here, I would be monk-like instead of wizard-like. If I was really good and virtuous, I would want to start a nonprofit instead of a for-profit company. Right? If I was really good and virtuous, I would do it this way. None of that's true. What is true is you are meant to tap into what you actually want and desire and own it boldly, proudly, big heart around it, heart and ribbon around what we actually want and desire, what actually lights us up and makes us feel good. Heart, ribbons, stars, butterflies, bows, the whole thing. And then like wear it as a sign on our forehead so everybody can see, I am boldly proclaiming, this is what I desire. This is what I'm really about. Why don't we do that? Because we intuitively know there are other people on other life paths that will not agree that this is the proper direction for us because they think that we should be the same as them. We think everybody should be the same. So I hope that you take this as full permission to whatever you actually desire that you have been suppressing. Take it from the bottom of the list and move it to the top. This is what I desire. It's like, well, I desire this, 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 this. We all do this. Okay, these are the things I desire. And we put the good and virtuous ones at the top, the ones that will be acceptable to everyone, the ones that are essentially very vanilla and don't actually get our heart thumping and our soul dancing. We're like, yeah, that's what's at the top. I'm a good girl. I'm a good boy. See? So you don't have any reason to be upset with me, world. I'm doing a good job. So let's be different. Let's take what's actually real and true, what actually gets our heart thumping, move it to the top of the list, delete everything else because it doesn't get our heart thumping, so it shouldn't be on the list. Let's own who we really are. Are some people not going to like that? Yes, I promise you they will. Yes, they will. That's 100% guaranteed. Some people will not like that. But is it more important that everybody likes us or that we like ourselves? Let's sit with that for a minute. I spent my life trying to be as vanilla as possible so that everybody would like me. It didn't work. Very few people seem to like me, no matter how vanilla I tried to make things, but I tried really, so I just tried to get more and more and more vanilla. How like nondescript and boring, like do I have to be so that people stop disliking me? Let's own what we really want. Yeah, it's probably feels like it's on the other side of a mountain from where you are now. But I promise you, that mountain is going to be the most expansive journey of your life. All the things you've been asking for, they come to you on the walk up that mountain. You can have them. There's nothing that you can't have in this lifetime. Even the things that you've told yourself in the past, oh, I couldn't have that. You can have it. You absolutely can have it. But you've got to be willing to walk up the mountain. You've got to be willing to take out the courage that you've never met before and say, hello, let's be friends. Let's get to know each other. Courage, let's go on this journey together. Please stick to me. Please stick to me. And you know, you guys, this is not my first rodeo with holding space like this and speaking to you. Okay? And many of you have been with me for 4 or 5 years doing this. You know this is not my first rodeo. So I can be pretty good. Like I can actually be incredible. I can have moments where we're all tingling, okay? But that started with something that didn't look like this at all. That started with me being terrified to show up on video. Like, can I not show up on video? Like, is there a way to do this and not show up on video? The guidance, show up on video. Oh, darn. That is unfortunate. That is really unfortunate. And then I'm like asking the guidance, like, can we do a workaround to the video? Have you ever done that? Negotiated with your guidance? Like, I hear you video, but can I do it this way? Can I like take a picture of myself and do an audio and then put the video like, you know, make the picture the video? No, you can't do that. You have to go on video because it's going to build your knowing and your inner power. Oh, I would like that. I would like more knowing in my inner power. And that's what we get when we do the thing that we're called to do, that we're guided to do, that makes us take out courage that we don't have. We build our knowing and our inner power. And here's something really amazing that I want you to know about building your knowing and your inner power. You collect it like coins in a video game. It sticks to you. and you can pile more and more knowing of your inner power on top of the other knowing in your inner power. It raises your frequency. Every time you collect more knowing in your inner power coins, your frequency goes higher, higher into trust that you are always guided, supported, loved. I am so grateful that I came here and just started talking, because I don't even know what we've been talking about, but I think it's really awesome. And what if I had stuck to this? We would have had a nice time. It would have been fine, but it wouldn't have been a next level for us. Because when I go to my next level of, we're just going to do this weird thing today, that raises you up as well, because we're going to be an energetic match in this space. So unless you're like, Erin is too weird, I am opting out, you're going to raise up as I raise up. You have the ability to do that for others as well. I, again, am not some mystical, magical unicorn that has figured everything out perfectly and can hold some space that you can't. You can help other people raise into higher frequencies as well. And you're meant to. You wouldn't be here in this space with me if you weren't meant for that. There's certainly no accidents in this world. Our inner guidance tells us the steps to take to get to that big picture vision. But we were the creators of that vision. But here's a tricky part of that. If we don't create our vision from our actual soul-led desire, our soul is going to be yawning in the background. There's going to be no inner drive to ever walk up the mountain to get to the other side where the vision is. We are going to be so bored by that vision that we're not going to move in the direction of it. And so the most important thing that we should be asking ourselves is, what do I really, really, really want? If I could have anything in the world, a genie, what would I say I really wanted? And this can be a tricky question for those of us that have experienced so much burnout from the world, nervous systems completely just overset, burned out, that we can get a little bit confused about what that big picture vision is. We can think that we just want to lay on a beach all day for the rest of our life, that we kind of just need to opt out of the world, that we need to win the lottery so that we don't have to do anything, because literally our systems are exhausted. So if when you tap into what your truest desire is, that's what it feels like, then I encourage you to give yourself some rest and some time, because that's what you're being called to next. That's a true vision, a right vision. Not that you're not here to do anything on earth, but instead that you do need some time to rest and heal your nervous system so that you can receive a strong knowing about what your calling actually is. We're always being guided, even when it doesn't make sense, most especially when it doesn't make sense. So when we have that big picture vision, that's where we start tapping in every day for guidance, saying, okay, guidance, what am I called to do today to move in the direction of that dream? So it's a co-creation between you, your human, your soul, and God's source within. I see it as like this triangle of co-creation. It's God's source, soul, human. We are working together to create a masterpiece. As we create a masterpiece in our life, that elevates the collective to create a collective masterpiece.